Did aliens bring cannabis from Sirius B? This is just a really curious excerpt taken from Jason King's The Cannabible III. Take a look at the word cannabis. Ever wonder what it means? Cannabis is a Greek word, though its root is African. In Greek, canna means canine or dog and bis or bi is the number 2. So cannabis is the two-dog plant. That in itself is interesting to me. But the pot thickens. There is a cannabis-loving tribe in Mali, West Africa called the Dogon tribe. A fairly well-documented group, the Dogons were visited by Herodotus, a Greek traveler and chronicler, around 300 BC. He was fortunate enough to have visited the Dogons during a year-long celebration that took place every 50 years. Explaining their celebration, the Dogons pointed to the brightest star in the winter sky, Sirius, and said it was the two-dog star and that it was the home of the two-dog plant, cannabis. The two-dog plant, they said, was brought to our planet from the goddess from the two-dog star. Their year-long celebration was in honor of that star. All of this would be easy to dismiss if not for the fact the Dogons possessed specific knowledge about the Sirian system for thousands of years before scientists with modern telescopes and equipment could catch up and prove them right. The Dogons had specific knowledge about Sirius B, a white dwarf star, which they call Potolo. They knew that it was white, that it was extremely small, and that it's the heaviest star in its grouping. They were able to describe its elliptical orbit with Sirius A, its 50-year orbital period, and the fact that the star rotated on its own axis. Sirius B is invisible to the naked eye and is so difficult to observe, even through a telescope. No pictures were taken until 1970. They also described a third star in the Sirius system, which they called Emia. In 1995, when two French astronomers published the results of a multi-year study that was apparently a small, red dwarf star within the Sirius star system, the Dogon idea of there being a Sirius C, aka Emia, was suddenly taken much more seriously. If the Dogons were correct in all of their other knowledge about Sirius, why would they not be dead on with their claims of cannabis being from Sirius? It is, after all, named after that two-dog star. Note, the dog star was highly venerated in ancient Mesopotamia, where its old Akkadian name was Melikhud, dog star of the sun, and in Babylonia, where it was called Kakablikku, star of the dog. The Assyrians called Sirius Kalbusamas, the dog of the sun, and in Chaldea, it was known as Kokshisha, the dog star that leads. According to Dogon mythology, Namo was the first living being created by Amma, the sky god and creator of the universe. He soon multiplied to become 6 pairs of twins. This is a metaphor for our original 12-strand DNA. Our present physical DNA contains 2 strands which hold the genetic codes for our physical evolvement. One twin rebelled against the order established by Amma. This is a metaphor for one source, soul splitting into 2 polarities, yin/yang, when it enters into the electromagnetic energies of third dimension, thereby destabilizing the universe. In order to purify the cosmos and restore its order, Amma sacrificed another of the Namo, whose body was cut up and scattered throughout the universe. This distribution of the parts of the Namo's body is seen as the source for the proliferation of Binyu shrines throughout the Dogon region. The Dogons say that their astronomical knowledge was given to them by the Namo. The Dogon elder, Ogodamle, describes them variously as having the upper part as a man and the lower portion as snake, or as having a ram's head with serpent body. Author Robert Temple describes the Namo as amphibious beings sent to Earth from the Sirius star system for the benefit of humankind. They look like merfolk, mermaids and mermen. Metaphor, amphibious, referring to the flow of the collective unconscious, creational source. The Dogon call this spaceship Palutolo or Star of the 10th Moon. These aliens supposedly came from the Sirian star system. Their spaceship spiraled down from the sky. It landed somewhere to the northeast of the Dogon's present homeland. There was a great noise and wind. The ship landed on 3 legs, skidded to a stop, scoring the ground. 4 legs appeared and dragged the vessel to a hollow, which filled with water until the vessel floated. At the same time a new star was seen in the sky, which possibly was a large spaceship. The star was described by theDogon as having a circle of reddish rays around it. This circle of rays was like a spreading spot, yet it still remaining the same size. There is a Dogon drawing of the spaceship hovering in the sky, waiting for the Namo who landed on the Earth. It represents 3 stages of Pelutolo when it is spurting different amounts of blood or flames, as if it crash-landed. They called the Namo masters of the water, the monitors, the teachers or instructors, saviors, and spiritual guardians. The Dogons believe their gods are already here,